everyone. I'm Alani Olubukola, and today is the 23rd day of April 2021. And I just want to mention some things that I learned in the mass indoctrination service. Sometimes, when a woman with so many jewelries on her body is doing that to adore herself, she is not doing herself any good. Humility is not found in her, but pride. If we look at the book of Isaiah chapter 3, from verse 16 to 24, from verse 16 makes us to know, it says, Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth neck, and wanton eye, walking and making as they go, and making a tingling of their feet. Verse 17 says, Therefore the Lord will smite with a scarf the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret place. If you read it down to that verse 24, we will discover there that God does not want the women, most especially during those days, the women of Israel, to wear jewelries. You will see that, brethren, that God saw the women of Israel, that they were hunting, walking with tingling, and with mimicking as they go. And the Lord said he will smite them. He will take away their bravery and the tinkling of their ornaments. When you display all these things to show that you are rich with all the ornaments and so on, I wonder how these people will eat when they even put rings on their tongue. Are you a Christian? Then putting these things on your body is not right. But the God said, instead of sweet smell, he said they will stink. And many women stink, even down to their private part. Why? Because of disobedience to God. Sisters, to avoid the curse of God and to maintain a good health, let us obey God. Let us walk with God. Let us not adore our body with all these jewelries. This was prohibited in the New Testament because of all these things that happened in the book in the Old Testament. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30 also talks about this. It says, And when thou spoilest, what wilt thou do? When thou clothest thyself with Christian, thou that deckest thee with ornament of gold, thou that rentest thy face with painting in vain, shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, and they will seek thy life. A woman that changes her eyebrow and you think she will still be beautiful? No, most men will not cut such women because they know that when they do that, they will become bankrupt. God put the eyebrow up, but some women will shave it up and make their own looking strange and bad. So therefore, as sisters, we must stop doing this thing. God does not like it as we sisters to apply chemicals on our face and on any part of, even down to our head. If you look at the book of Romans chapter 9 verse 20, say, Now, but O man, who art thou that thou repliest God? Shall the thing form say to him that formed thee, Why hast thou made me thus? Verse 21 says, Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another vessel unto dishonor? We are all clay in the hand of God, who is the potter. And once God has created us like this, we should not remake ourselves. We should appreciate what God has made. Changing yourself is not the will of God for us. We are prohibited by God to put on ornaments on our body. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 3 to 4 talks about this. We are to put on in our inner man the incorruptible. If you look at Psalm 119 verse 11, says, You will adore it with the word of God. And this word of God that we are talking about is a mixed spirit. John 6 verse 63 and 1 Peter 3 verse 4 says, You will not put the word of God. You should put the word of God in your heart to decorate it. This is the greatest prize before God. 1 Peter 2 verse 9 also talks. And then we do not need to wear apparel that is provocative. It must be a modest apparel. Why? You must not display your breast. It's a source of sin among men. In buses, some women slap men. Why? Because of what she displayed, and the men were staring. When you wear micro mini skirt and you bend down, It shows everything that is under your body. In the past, most women do not go naked. They cover their body. But nowadays, dressing naked is now common. Some will even say God is not looking at the outward appearance. That may be true, but your fellow men are looking at the outward appearance and they are committing rape, and this is making them to fall. Matthew chapter 5 verse 28 talks about this. And even if the man do not even rape you, he will commit immorality within his heart. 2 Peter 2 verse 4. Having eyes full of adultery and cannot cease from sin, beguiling and unstable souls, a heart they have exercised with cavity services caused children. These men are full of adultery because the women are always displaying their body. You go to a church service exposing your navel and gray hair. What is left to be imagined? You can just imagine everything. This is not permitted. Women must adorn themselves with modest apparel. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 10. This is in the Bible for every one of us. But some people do not teach this because they want more members. It is better and it is good to be simple. There is a saying that says, too much decoration spoils beauty. Being natural is the best. Thank you and God bless.